User interface. Apple Watch runs on the newly unveiled watchOS. Currently in version 1.0.1. That point 1 at the end points to the first firmware update that Apple released in mid-May, which was said to improve the performance with some apps, while adding support for new languages and bringing better notifications. Just like iOS, the watchOS follows a "what you see is what you get" UI approach. There are no hidden menus to be invoked with the hardware keys, though the enhanced longer press force touch, which requires somewhat heavier pushing and holding, will open up some contextual app options, which may not be obvious at first. These appear in apps like Messages, Music, and Calendar. It also lets you select different watch faces, pause or end a workout, search an address in Maps, and more. Some third-party apps also have contextual menus that open upon a force touch. Fitness tracking and health. Apple Watch does not feature a built-in GPS and instead relies on your iPhone for location tracking. It does come with a motion processor though and, of course, a heart rate sensor. This allows the watch to collect raw data as steps count, time spent running, walking or standing still, and heart rate measurements. The raw data is displayed by the Activity app in your watch and in your iPhone. It summarizes it easily for you in 3 colorful rings: walking, exercising, running, standing. The heart rate measurements are used to calculate burned calories and precise monitoring during exercises. Notable apps. Many systems and third-party apps have already been updated with watch support, though not all of them add valuable features. Naturally, some of the most important updates come from Apple and its default iOS apps. There is a camera app on the watch, which fires the camera on your iPhone, displays the viewfinder in real time, and allows you to snap shots without touching your phone. There is even a timer and you can opt for a delayed capture. Conclusion. Apple Watch gets many things right. It comes with a cool design available in 2 sizes, and you even get both SM and ML bands in the box. It integrates well with your iPhone and will certainly reduce the number of times you need to reach for your phone. Plus you get all those strap options, some of which are pretty innovative on their own. The new Apple smartwatch platform is pretty easy to get used to and comes with more pre-installed apps than its rivals, enabling better out-of-the-box functionality. Then you get the fitness tracking, which is among the best you can get within a smartwatch. Key test findings. Build quality is top-notch, regardless whether it's aluminum plus INX, steel plus sapphire or gold plus sapphire glass. You'll probably need to buy a second, more stylish and comfy band if you opted for the cheaper sport model. Both the smaller and bigger AMOLED displays have great contrast and sunlight legibility. Bluetooth hands-free connections need a crucial fix. You will need to recharge every night, but you should be able to make it through a day almost always. There is a limited number of watch faces and app support at launch. The watchOS is great with excellent Integration with the iPhone, though it needs further tweaking. Excellent for fitness tracking, though you will need your iPhone for precise GPS tracking. Currently there are very few third-party apps, but the list is growing by the day. Hopefully Apple does right with the watch faces and allow third-party ones in the store soon. The watch serves great for viewing and interacting with notifications, while Siri lets you command your phone without even touching it. However, for all its virtues, the Apple Watch still feels like a first-gen product. Its performance has its ups and downs with lags. Not a rare sight. The software is also rather dodgy at times, and the app and platform crashes are way more frequent than on any other Apple product. Opinions are divided as to whether Apple's new OS is easier to operate than Android Wear. The fact remains that functionality is pretty evenly matched between the two, and the battery life is easily among the worst we've seen from a smart wearable. Even though the screen remains off most of the time, those all would have been much easier to swallow had it not been for the elephant in the room, which is the pricing. The Apple Watch starts at $349 for the base 38mm sport version, but the more manly size will run you $399. In Europe, things are even uglier. At your €399/449 euros. Notably more expensive than any of its rivals, sometimes a few times more. If you add a leather or a metal band that comes as a standard on many competitors, pricing will get really ridiculous. It all boils down to one question: is the Apple Watch a smart way to spend a huge chunk of your hard-earned cash? Well, that would be a tough call. On one hand, even though they've come up with an excellent user interface, Apple didn't really add a new dimension to the smart wearable experience. Then of course, if you want an Apple iPhone and you'd like to see what that smart wearable wave is all about, the Apple Watch is pretty much your only bet, as the only available alternative is the Pebble Watch, which doesn't provide much in terms of integration with iOS. It certainly grows on you with time, but we found it hardly delivers a must-have functionality. Issuing commands to your wristwatch may sound fancy, but it's limited in its usefulness. Making calls on it is straight up weird. Sending doodles or even your heartbeat to people, you get our point. On the other hand, the same holds true for Android Wear, so it's all boils down to pricing really. And Apple certainly won't make you jump in excitement. The Apple Watch is Apple's first attempt, a new form factor in years, and it may be argued it's Apple's first truly new mobile product. After Steve Jobs passed away, back when the first iPhone was revealed, it wasn't a perfect product either. It wasn't a cheap one too, but it had the most beautiful touch user interface we had seen, and its incredible mobile web browser opened the doors to mobile browsing as a whole. When the first iPad was announced, we didn't have any other portable tablets to speak of. It was a new product category on its own, and today, its name has almost become synonymous with the tablets. But the Apple Watch is short on both of these merits. It has an innovative UI, but it delivers pretty much the same functionality as competing smartwatches, so it probably won't steal any new customers. For Apple, it also doesn't open up a new product category to users, so nobody will feel compelled to own one outside of Apple's die-hard fans either. Essentially, the Apple Watch is for who are already deep into the iPhone ecosystem, and it seems it will take a considerably better effort by Apple to turn smartwatches into its next big thing. And while we appreciate many of the ideas that come with the new platform and the design of the watch itself, the answer to the question whether you should get one will probably be based purely on your desire for trying out Apple's latest than any practical reasons. Of course, there is nothing wrong about that. Sometimes you gotta follow the road your heart takes you on. And if you do, don't forget to send us that excited heartbeat of yours.
Follow us. Google search www.googlesearch.co.in. Facebook/blogtube page /www.facebook.com web link. Twitter.com/blogtubebbed. Twitter.com web link. If you like this video, click like icon and share your friends.
If you want more best videos, please subscribe and click bell icon.